How are you, everybody? I'm Tsitsi Jonathan. I'm still sharing about my dreams, which I have been seeing. I think on the last video, the first video which I sent, I said I'm going to go through some of the dreams which I've been seeing for the past years. So I'm not going to share all of them, but I'm just going to share some which I see that maybe God was speaking to everyone, because some of them maybe they were referring to me. So I'm going to share one of the dreams also, which I saw on the 31st of January 2021. As I said that 2021, I saw almost 15 of rapture and tribulation dreams. So I'm going to share one of which scared me a lot. It was on the 31st of January 2021, where I normally wake up and pray at 2 a.m. So before 2, I just woke up. I started praying, past 2, I started praying, and I think I prayed some minutes. After that, I went back to sleep. And as I went back to sleep, I saw myself in my mother's village. There's a garden there, which was there. So I saw myself, I was in that garden. And a cloud appeared to me. It was on the east side. A cloud started gathering. I once saw that cloud doing that, and it gathered into a face, and it had beard, and it started talking to me when I was in Botswana. That's the first time which I saw that cloud gathering and speaking to me. So as I saw that cloud in that dream again, it was the second time that that cloud had appeared to me. So I looked at that cloud. Since I don't know what happened, because I saw it in another dream, I went and stood near where I could see it properly, and it gathered again, and it became a face of a human being with a beard. And it was just a white cloud, but it had a face, it had eyes and everything. Then it started speaking to me, and he said, go and tell my people that there is a storm that is coming. They must prepare for shelter and anywhere to hide. So I said, okay. I ran down. There's a river down. So I ran down. When I arrived there, it was like a market. It was like a marketplace. People were selling, they were doing a lot of things, business. So I went there, and I could see some of the faces were familiar. I told them that God said that there's a storm that is coming. You need to go to shelter, somewhere where there's shelter. So they said that where they are, it's safe. So I ran back. It was not a far place. I ran back. Then I told that cloud that they said that where they are safe. And he said, go back and tell them that they think that they are safe, but they are not. Tell them that there is a big storm that is coming. They must prepare and go and hide for shelter. I went back. I told them. They responded the same. They said, if the storm comes, we are going to see. When the clouds start gathering up, we are going to prepare and pack our tables, then leave. So I went back and told him that that's what they said. He showed a leopard appeared from the cloud. A big leopard appeared from the cloud, like a jaguar, like a leopard, like a jaguar. It appeared, and it started coming down. And I was so scared because it was so huge. I've never seen that size. Then he said, go back and tell them that they think that they are safe, but they are not safe. So I went back. I told them that he said that you should move from there, and it's not safe. So they just refused. So I went back. Then I told him. Then he said, the cloud that is coming, the storm that is coming, the kids cannot be able to handle it. So tell them that if they don't want, tell their kids, let them tell their kids that the storm that is coming, they will not be able to handle it. So their kids must be on the safe side. So I went back. They just refused anyway. So I went and I ran. Now I was now afraid of my life and my children. So I told my children that sit down there. There was like a juror which was there, and there was I remember there was a big log which was there, and another woman who was there followed me. And as she followed me, I told her that let's just hide here between the log and the juror. We sit in between. Then immediately I saw there was a carpet which was behind the juror. I took the carpet and I covered my kids. But as he was talking to me, it was like he's explaining. I can't tell you exactly how I was seeing it. It was like when he's speaking to me, he was explaining. His words were like this, but in the other sense I'm hearing what he's saying, and in the other sense I'm understanding what he was saying. So I covered my kids, and immediately when we covered, as just me, I thought that there was going to be clouds also, like that the people were thinking. There were going to be clouds, and they were going to come, and there was going to rain, hailstorm, whatever. Then immediately when we covered ourselves, there was like a wind that came, and it took away everyone. And I could hear people screaming as they were going. So immediately I woke up. I was shivering. I couldn't pray. I was just shivering. So as I was shivering, uh, then I stayed there for long, up until around 2 4. That's when the sleep came back. So I slept again, but I didn't pray. I just said, God help me. Then I slept again around 2 4. As I slept, the same dream came back. It came back again, and it was now in the same area, but just a few meters from the same area. There was a big rock which was there, and those hills in our country, they're small hills, not mountains, hills. So it was just at the hill, and there were some stones, and there was a big, huge stone which was there. So I saw that other leopard again coming down, but it was now the other side. It was now coming down. It was coming down like it did like 2 3 steps from heaven to come down. Then he started talking to me again, and he said, go and tell them that the storm is coming, and they have to be on the safe side. They think they are safe, but they are not safe. And I went down again. Then I told them. They just said the same thing. And I went back. And as I went back, I told him. Then I said, you know what? Me, I'm tired of telling them, because when we were down there, I told them what you told me, but they didn't listen. Maybe because I'm a nobody, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a prophet. If you had maybe sent someone who's a pastor or a prophet, maybe they can hear. And he said that I choose you to tell them. It doesn't mean that I cannot show them what you are seeing, but I choose you to tell them. Me, I can open their eyes and they see what you are seeing, but their disobedience, said it's their own disobedience, and they are going to pay for their disobedience. So immediately he opened their eyes, and they saw that big leopard coming down. And as it was coming down, they ran and came to, as they were running, they were saying, is it what you were seeing, that you were telling us the storm is coming? And I said, yes, that's what I was seeing. And they ran. You could see that they were so much afraid, and they came. So as they climbed on the mountain, that's when I woke up. I was so scared. I was terrified, because I've never had a continuation of a dream but it was my first time to have a continuation of a dream like that, and I was scared. So I didn't know that this one, was it about rapture or what, but it was the way he was talking to me, the way I understood it, the way he was, because when he was talking to me, I could understand what he is saying. So he was emphasizing, like he was saying, let us take our children to the Lord, because the storm that is coming, us maybe we know God, but our children are not rooted in the Lord. But us, we might be rooted in God, but let's take our children to the safer side. If us, we do not go, or we disobey to go to the safer side, at least our children will not be lost. With the times that are coming, our children will be at the safe side. So let's teach our children about rapture that is coming. Let's teach them, sit them down and tell them, explain to them about rapture and tribulation. They will understand and they will know God. Let's help our children to grow in the Lord. And also those who are thinking that, like, sometimes us, we have faith that we are going to enter heaven, and when rapture comes, we are going to go. But he was emphasizing that some of us, we think that we are at the safe side, but really we are not at the safe side. I believe that we have that self-righteousness, that I'm righteous, but my deeds, what I'm doing, they are not on the righteous side. What I'm doing is not on the rightful side. And sometimes maybe we can think that I'm on the safe side, but when that day comes, when rapture comes, you will not be on that side. And some of us, we worship God. When we worship God, that's where we are closer to God. But when we are in our own sides, when we are in our own universe, we do things that we know that they are not of God. And if he comes, really we are not going to heaven. And if rapture comes, we are not going. So that's the side that he says we are not safe. So I'm encouraging all Christians that rapture is coming, and let's be on the safe side, and let's not rely on our self-righteousness. Let's seek God more. Let's seek God more. Let's have more of God, and when he comes, we'll also go to heaven. May the Lord bless you.